Just to give us a little bit more about your background, you've been working within rail and network rail for a few years now, but how did you actually get into the rail industry in the first place?
Yes, I was a researcher, I was in academia for a long time. So I did my PhD in Liverpool University. So I was there for a long time, I think like Liverpool and Manchester Metropolitan Universities for 13 years. And then suddenly I just realized that I wanted a change in career, just do something different than academia. So I just looked at the advertisement and saw this job in Network Rail as a vehicle dynamics engineer. So I just went for it and then I got in. So I never looked back. I think it has really helped me widen my engineering knowledge, seeing how things are being applied in practical sense. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. Yes.
Okay. And also on that theme, in terms of the industry, I mean, obviously a lot has changed and the pace of the world we live in has moved very quickly in the last few years. How has innovation impacted the industry from your viewpoint in terms of where you started and how it looks now as an industry and where we're moving towards?
Yes, I think when I first joined the railways, I think there's quite a lot of legacy in the railways engineering bit. So yes, so slowly we're embracing new technology. Like recently we're doing drones and all that. So it's really good because previously we were doing a lot of foot patrols as well. So drones and train-borne inspection and all that. If we can make it even better, so we will reduce like people working on the ballast on the track, which is not safe. So technology is important.
Fantastic. And what's been the most ambitious or innovative project you've been involved in to date? And can you maybe give us a bit of a flavor of why, what the challenge has been in terms of doing something so innovative like that?
At the moment, I'm working on extending the video inspection on track. I think that's the way forward in the railways infrastructure managers, because I think train-borne, because you're actually looking at a dynamic loading of the track, which is important. So if you can do that frequently and you can predict what's going to happen, so it's more predictive maintenance instead of predictive and preventative. So you won't have a lot of corrective actions, which are costly and labor intensive as well.
I know you're talking about obviously the use of onboard technology on in-service trains. I mean, what promise does that offer in terms of cost efficiencies and the ability to, I guess, access or monitor the network?
Yes, so because the trains are running every day, so it just makes sense that we just put some videos on it and then start monitoring as the train is running. So so it makes sense, so we don't have to deploy another train, just a measuring train in addition to what we are measuring from the in-service train. So it's more efficient. I think the only issue with that is that in sidings or in like platforms, that particular in-service train might not be going to everywhere in the network. So that's the limitation of it, but it's still the best way forward.
In terms of introducing, I guess, new kind of predictive maintenance solutions, what specific challenges have you encountered and how have you kind of overcome these challenges?
I think in Network Rail, the issue now is that we have a lot of legacy systems that we use, and they're quite disjointed. We have one system for rail defect management, we have other systems for renewals, we have so many different systems, so they're quite disjointed. So I think the utopia of predictive maintenance is just one system capturing everything and then just spit out what do you need to do, and that's it.
Okay, and in regards to your presentation today, I mean, just to give our audience a flavor of what you will be covering for those who aren't aware of what you do within Network Rail, could you just give us a flavor of what you'll be talking about in your presentation?
Okay, so the presentation. Okay, so the presentation that I'm I'm giving is about the challenges that I faced in maintaining a high-speed railway in the UK. So it was a new asset, but it is aging. So we were seeing problems evolving, and then so we had to adapt and reform, and for the change, to cope with the change.
Okay. Now, what are you looking forward to most at being at this year's event? I know it's obviously an opportunity to meet some of your colleagues, but what is the real driver for you to attend and be part of these kind of events?
I think these events are very important for your professional development. So you are aware of what's happening in other countries, with other infrastructure managers. So it's like horizon scanning for all the evolving technologies and how people approach their problems. So it is a good forum for that, yeah.
Well, thank you, Sinsin. It's been a pleasure having you on the RIAMS interview, and we look forward to seeing you at the RIAMS Summit on the 9th and 10th of June. Thank you very much for your time today.